mixture of playing college basketball and getting better at our skill set and our fundamentals, and also getting ready for a really talented Ohio State team. This is a team that played all zone at the beginning of the year, and now they're playing man-to-man as good as anybody. They have high-level defenders and a shot blocker in the middle. They lead the Big Ten in block shots. And as you know, we are not great at scoring the ball this year, so that's a big challenge. So we'll defensively, they have with the 5 seniors. They have a lot of weight. They've been there before. And then you add D'Angelo Russell to it, and he, as you saw in Columbus, he's a special player. So we have our work cut out for us, but we've had that every game so far, and we've had good practices, and we'll be ready to go.
Jake, why don't you start us off?
Coach, last 2 games you've had 4 days off between games, and then next week you'll have the whole week off.
Yeah.
Can you describe how the schedule with trying to? Yeah. You mentioned you talked about getting guys rest.
We've been trying to mix those two. Some guys have had selected rest. The guys that we felt needed, the Spike Elbrechts, that are Zach Irvins, that are really playing a lot of minutes. Probably it's a little bit of a shock to the body of Aubrey and Muhammad as well. The guys that aren't playing a lot of minutes are getting really a lot of good individual instruction. So we've tried to gauge that. You normally try to have the same 2-day prep. One day's been a day off. We even changed our day off this week just to try and give them an extra time to rest.
Brendan?
With Russell, of all the great freshmen that you've coached against, from Sullinger and Carmelo, all those guys, where does he kind of stack up in the big picture?
And I heard Jim Harbaugh say this. It's tough to compare great to great. And I think it's really important to say that he's shown he's in those categories of guys that. What I like best about him is he's not just a scorer; he's an incredible passer, and he's got good length and speed. Yet most of the guys that come in at that level and are really high level, they might become really good 3-point shooters in the NBA. Like a LeBron James was, not a great shooter, and then after a couple of years became a great shooter. That kid's a great shooter right now. So it is he's got the unique skill set of being very prepared in almost every way.
When you went back and looked over the film from the first game, what did you kind of take away from it in terms of what's the best way to attack him defensively?
Well, it is difficult because he has so many different things, but we usually load up a lot on a player like that, which means we're going to have one guy on him and then maybe get in the gaps a little bit more to let him see 5 jerseys when he's getting the ball. And he could, he's such a good passer, he'll see those open guys more than maybe we will. But when you have that type of talent, you could do everything right and you still put the ball in the basket, and that's disheartening to teams in their defense.
Rod?
John, what's morale like now with losing? You want to try to get up for the Michigan State game, and then you don't have enough for that one. What's the team morale?
I think it's okay. I don't think anybody's happy out there, and we're not, smiling a lot. There's no question about that. But I think that we are, as I've said probably too many times to you guys, we do have this growth mindset. Okay, we can't do anything about that game. We can do something about today's practice, and we can get better. And the growth is happening. It is happening. And I liken it to they don't maybe see it, but when you have children, you don't see them growing every day, and all of a sudden they're 5 inches taller after a year. So it's type of those type of things I think that we are trying to get them to embrace.
Mark?
The concept of freshman eligibility has come up. Have you had discussion with Jim Hackett, and what do you think about that?
No, I haven't talked with Jim at all about that, and I don't have strong feelings either way yet. I think that I'm sure that both sides have some merit to it, and I probably need to know more before I comment and like to really hear, okay, why are we examining this, and then look at maybe stats on freshmen coming in and what they've been able to do. But I'm sure we should explore everything that we can in college athletics to see if there's a better way.
Is your focus a lot of what's been out there is academic focus, or do you think?
I think that's one of the biggest things right now is make sure that they, both academically, if I'm reading between the lines on this thing, make sure that they're academically ready, and make sure that they're there for a college, really can embrace the college experience, that they're not over their head early. That's what I'm sure those that support it are saying. And that obviously has some merit to it. However, we got some great freshmen that have come in at different times and have really adjusted very well and still got their degrees. So I'm sure there's arguments both ways. I just am thinking about the Buckeyes a little bit too much right now.